Good morning, all, and welcome to It Pays to Be Polarizing. I took a little break, which I shouldn't have done, but anyway, I'm back today. My name is JB3, aka John, aka It Pays to Be Polarizing, right there. This is my channel for YouTube, and today we've had some great things happening in America lately, and things are changing and rapidly, for the better, for worse. Not really sure at this point, but one thing that we're seeing is ICE enforcement of our immigration system, and illegal immigrants and others, including those who committed fraud to get their citizenship or to get their naturalization status or to get a visa, are being rounded up and deported. This is a problem for some, not for all. A lot of people are saying that they voted for this. A lot of people want law and order to return to the United States. Well, yesterday we watched law and order fall apart because of, again, one specific party. That party is the Democratic Party. They have a problem with what's happening in the country right now. Well, they've had several years to take care of it themselves, and they have not. Here's the deal. What happened yesterday in Minnesota is a tragedy, and a near miss on a tragedy as well. The near miss is the fact that an ICE agent was nearly killed while doing their job. Understand that ICE agents just don't show up in your city and round up random people. They have a list that they are looking for. They know who they are there to get. It's not a police investigation being done and then saying, okay, well, we've got to have this, and we've got to have this, and we've got to find this person. This is the subject that we might be looking for. No, they've done their due diligence. They know who they're looking for. They set up their convoys. They set up their groups of teams that they have of people, of agents, to get together to get this person or these people into custody to be deported, because they need to be deported, because they are criminals. Whether you like it or not, if they came illegally, if they falsified documentation, if they defrauded us by taking money into daycares that they don't really have, then guess what? We've been defrauded. And if they did this before they became citizens or got their citizenship afterwards, see you later. You're gone. That's the way it goes. So back to Minnesota yesterday. I'm going to give you my take. Here's what happened, and here's why. The video now shows clear that this woman lurched her car forward with a ICE agent right on the front bumper of her car. The ICE agent, in turn, in a split second, fired his weapon to defend his life. That's what he did. It was self-defense. The shooting will go down as justified, whether people like that or not. They can say he could have shot the tires. Stop. You have a split second, less than that, to decide what's going to happen. A car is hurtling towards you at over 4,000 pounds of thrust and force coming towards you. Tell me you can shoot a tire in less than a split second. Not even a trained marksman would have that opportunity. Give it a rest now. Done with that conversation. What happened was this, and you can watch the video on your own. I'm not going to show it here. You can watch the video on your own. It's all over the media. It's all over social media. Although I will say on the media, they're showing you one version and one version only. They're not showing the version where you can see the agent clearly in front of her vehicle, and clearly she strikes him. And that's when he fires through the windshield. Yes, he shot her in the face. I love people saying, why did he have to shoot her in the face? Really, again, less than a split second to decide whether it was her life or his. At the end of the day, it's not going to be his. The agent is defending not only himself, but his team. Because, again, with a vehicle that size, who's to say she is driving away? Well, she was driving away. That's the argument now. Do you know that for a fact? You don't. Because she had been in lawful orders to leave earlier. She did not leave. She then blocked the convoy of trucks. They were going off to get somebody, to arrest them and deport them. She was told to leave. She did not. Then she was given direct order to get out of her vehicle. 3 times, clearly, get out of the vehicle, get out of the vehicle, get out of the vehicle, get out of the fucking vehicle. That's what they said. She refused. One agent went to take his hand and put it on the door handle, open the door. That is when she chose to act. She put her car in reverse, then put her car on drive, drove forward without thinking, without looking. And maybe she did look. If she looked, it's worse, right? Because then it's with intent, malice even. So first-degree murder is what she could be charged with if she actually looked to see what was in front of her. So she drives forward, and the officer shoots justifiably to defend himself and his team, his entire team, because they are all at risk. Because again, you don't know what her intent was, nor do I. Yes, she could have been fleeing, but yes, she could have been setting herself up to back into all of them with that SUV. Think about that. You don't have much time to. You think you're dead. That's what it comes down to in that situation. He chose not to think. He chose to react as he should have and took a life. The tragedy is for her children as well. Those children, she had 3 children. She's from Colorado. She's in Minnesota on a random Tuesday in January. Why? Why is she there? Paid agitator? That's my guess. Haven't confirmed it yet, but I'll look into that as well, because that's something that really bothers me. If she got paid to be there, then guess what? She was trained by someone and told what to do in the event that they came upon this convoy. So talk about training, that they're saying that the ICE agents have lack of training. No, they don't. They flanked and deployed like a unit, as they're supposed to protect their unit. That's what units do when they put in a situation they may be ambushed. They survey the area, they look around, make sure. One takes the lead, confronts the subject that they're looking to that's blocked them. The others are surveying everything around them to make sure that nothing is going to happen bad to them as well. When that person decides to do what she did, which was put the car in reverse, then in drive to either flee or strike those officers or those agents, then she made a choice. That choice at that second was her fatal mistake. She chose chaos and violence, and that's honestly her choice. I think Charlie Kirk said it best several times. When the conversation ends, violence begins. She chose not to talk, and violence began. So let the left make this a George Floyd moment for them. Guess what? It's not. George Floyd was a criminal who was high on fentanyl, OD'd. That's why he died. This woman was a paid agitator. That's not confirmed yet. This was likely a paid agitator who chose to obstruct and then chose to attempt to run over several ICE agents. That's all we have as facts and evidence right now. Once she put that car in drive, that's a fact and evidence. She was attempting to either drive over people, and I won't say she was trying to flee because she was still blocked in by 2 officers in front, one to each side of that car. So she was not attempting to flee. Call it what you want. That's what I call it. She got what unfortunately, I'll go back to Beth Dutton in Yellowstone when she goes back to help her sister-in-law in the clothing store who's being harassed by a worker. And the woman says to her, "I don't want a problem." And Beth says, "No, you don't want the confrontation that comes with that problem. You want the problem. So you're causing it." And that's what this woman did. She caused a problem, the confrontation ensued, and that's what she didn't want and didn't expect. She thought they'd just let her drive away. No, she committed a crime. They were going to detain her. So unfortunately for her, and unfortunately for her children, she can no longer be a mother of the 3 young children. Think about that. If you like this content, please follow and subscribe. My name is John, aka JB3, and it's 2026, so Happy New Year to everyone, and it pays to be polarizing.